Bellingham Evening Toastmasters? I say that with pride. Just 1 week ago, Toastmasters published a list of clubs that have already reached distinguished status. Division 2. There are 187 clubs, but only 9 so far are presidents distinguished, the highest level of being a distinguished club. We are in an elite 5% in our district. And I believe this is the 5th year in a row that we have been presidents distinguished. However, we have to understand, if we are going to continue our success, that there are some challenges that lie before us. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. The club president election will be on June 12th, 6 weeks from now. But before I talk about that, I want to tell you about 2 of the challenges that lie before us. And the first one is that we have a new educational system to deal with. This is important because 60% of the goals towards becoming distinguished on any level, involve members' achievements in the educational system. So it is important that we understand how Pathways works. But the other issue I want to discuss has actually been an issue with this club for quite a while. It's high membership turnover. And this is important because in order to be a distinguished club, Bellingham Evening Toastmasters needs to have at least 20 members, paid members. Most years, by this time, we are comfortably above that level. But this year, we just barely made it. We only have 22 paid members. Our last cycle of dues renewal, even though we dropped our club dues from $60 to $51, we had 30 members who were eligible to renew, but 40% of those, 12 members, did not. Yes, we are a successful club, but face it, we have an Achilles heel, and that Achilles heel is our membership turnover. And to face this issue, we need to have strong leadership in our club. We need to have a club that has an executive committee made up a combination of both experienced officers and new officers. New people who will bring a fresh perspective, new ideas. In case you're wondering, what are the requirements to be a club officer? It is just to be a member of the club and to have your dues paid up. So that means that any of those 22 members can become a club officer. And I am hoping that all of you give it serious consideration. Now you might be asking, what's in it for me? Well, when I first became a club officer, I had already been in this club for 2 years before I decided to stick my neck out and become a club officer. It was the best move that I ever made because it took my whole Toastmasters experience to a whole new level. Face it, we are here because we want to become better communicators and better leaders. What better way to do this than to be a club officer? Besides, How would it look on your resume if you say not only that you are in Toastmasters, but that you are an officer in one of the most successful clubs in the state? And let me just leave you with this. Being a club officer is the best way to have your ideas heard. And I'm talking about your ideas on how to make this a better club. Your vision on what you think Bellingham Evening Toastmasters should be like. This is the best way to have your ideas heard, and it is also the best way to hopefully have your ideas implemented. So I hope that all of you consider running for an office. All of you who are members consider running for an office on June 12th. Now I would like to open it up and have an open discussion on this. If you have any questions on what it takes to become an officer or to be an officer, or if you have experience being an officer and you want to share your experience, you can do that too. Madam Timer?